guys, lonelyboy149 here. I'm back with another Redstone video, and this is a really cool thing that I found out that my friend showed me. It works in pretty much every version of Minecraft. I don't know why it wouldn't, but what's really cool, okay, so it's going to launch you really high in the air using TNT. You won't die, and you actually don't need any indestructible pieces like obsidian or anything that actually will never explode, or like bedrock that won't even break. It'll work with anything. That, of course, uses water to stop the explosion. You will not get hurt on the way up, at least. You will get hurt on the way down if you're in survival. You'll die. And basically, all you need to start out with is, your building material and TNT. You need at least 8 TNT to play this. You need at least 1 water bucket. And you need a ton of redstone. You need button. You don't need a ton, but you need a basic start, So all you need to do is start out with a little 3x3 grid like there is behind me, and from the ground up I will show you how to build this TNT launching area. I don't know. The reason I want to show you guys this is because I'm into kind of showing people what they can do. Like, as you saw, I made the screaming chest, and it kind of gives people an idea of what they could do in their maps that they're making, or if anybody wants to make a really cool mini game. Then here we go. So basically, with your water bucket, you're just gonna want to place it right dead center in the middle. That's the only place. You don't even need the water bucket anymore. You don't need. That's the only thing you need it for. Then what you're gonna want to do is, after you have yours set up like here, like so, you're just going one corner out of this entire thing. You're just going to want a block coming up from, and that is where you are going to have your button go. So first, I'm actually going to show you guys basically the smallest launch you'll possibly get from this. So you want this going all the way around the ring, and you want the ring TNT not destroying the middle block here. You want that water source block to stay there. We'll never place the TNT in the middle. You'll always place the TNT on the edges. You'll always have redstone going around the stone that keeps in the water, and then you'll always have this block right here. This is a basic setup. There's nothing special about it. It should not launch you too high in the air, and I will demonstrate. The best way to launch, like the highest you get, is by doing this, and then I will show you. You will drift to the side, you can kind of move yourself to the center, and you go pretty high, as you just saw. And that was actually very high. You will die in survival, but it's a cool way for a minigame. And you could go even higher by doing what I'm about to show you. And I'm going to create a redstone wire that goes up. And basically the way you do that is you place a torch here, and then, if you don't know, when you have a lit torch, and it's activating this block, and you place your torch on top of the block that it's activating, it will turn the torch on that block off, and that goes for every side. But for this, you're going to need it right on the top. And what happens when you get rid of, or when you click this button, is that this button will activate the path, and this redstone torch will turn off, and since that one turns off, this redstone block will be activated by this torch instead. That's what I will show you right now. It's as simple as that, and all I need to do is recreate this ring right here on the level of the torch that is off. There we go. And then we'll have to put under the redstone. The only possible way this could explode is if there's a piece of redstone missing and the TNT is not lit. Then it will explode. And even if you're using obsidian, the redstone will explode and you put it all down. That's just kind of the hassle. So make sure you have redstone in every possible place. So now I will show you, whatever you do, make sure there is never a TNT in the middle of these 9 spaces. Now I'll show you how far this launches you at a second level. Here, when you do explode, as usual, this is double the power. You should go even higher, they'll look about the same. or that might have been just a launch mistake. I know on the Xbox 360 version, that's how I learned this, that you go flying, and I'm pretty sure I've done it, and you can stack these levels on top of each other over and over again. But the highest I would suggest going would be by going only 3 levels. Oh yeah, and as you can see, since this one's off, this one will be on, so it will take like a bigger space in between these two, I think. But either way, it'll still work. You never want a redstone path going along the lit torch, because obviously then the TNT will constantly be going off, and there will be no switch to turn off that path. But yeah, since that's a redstone trick you could use. So this is kind of like a 2-in-1, a fun little thing you could do. You could even build this in survival, honestly. It's not even that hard.
Come on!
Unless you don't care about dying, obviously. But like, it's a fun thing you can do with your friends, you can show them this. It also shows you a little bit about redstone, and some tricks you could do to make redstone paths go up in a smaller area, or in a more compact way. All you have to do is use a button, redstone torches, and then redstone. So this is really simple. This will be, you can stack this as high as you want. I will stack it really high and I'll show you what happens. Basically, the worst thing about stacking it really high and having a lot of TNT falling at once is that you will often get blown to the side and you will get stuck right under here, or you will hit the side and all of your momentum is gone. That's why I suggest using 3. See, I go way higher. Something that I suggest doing is that you can kind of drift to the side of the source block, and then what I've done sometimes is that when you go back to the source block, your guy kind of jumps sometimes, and that will launch you even farther. But I'll see you in a minute. I will build this very high. I will double. Okay, guys, here we go. I made the a 6th level thing. That would be 48 TNT launching you into the air. My only hopes are that the TNT will not get stuck on the side here, or that I will hit the side on the way up. So this does not take a lot of material, as you can tell. You can do this in survival. I hope this inspires some really cool mini games. I've tried it before. I couldn't really get to work. I didn't really have the patience or whatever. I didn't really feel like doing it at the time. But I might do it. Here we go. Final words. I'm going to switch myself into survival mode. And I'm going to launch myself, and on the way down, I will die.